Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. And hi, I'm Kaisam Fazalnio.
I'm Ahmad Danish.
I'm Amira, and we would like to present to you our brand new green technology, HydroSolis, or well known as HySo.
First of all, the purpose of our project is to promote the production of electricity using an on-grid system from dual renewable energy sources while applying an automatic Arduino system to create a potential energy of a water tank. According to the BP Statistical Review of World Energy from 2019 to 2020, fossil fuels namely coal and natural gas are the world's and Malaysia's leading electricity generators, but however, they can only last up to 53 years and 114 years respectively. To stop this prognostication, our project simultaneously uses the current technology, which is solar panel, and make use of the rainwater to also generate electricity by utilizing a hydro generator in our projects. That's why our technology is very suitable to be commercialized in or around 13 equatorial climate countries, since these countries have a significant balance of sunlight and rainwater every day, like Malaysia.
As you can see, HySo has a complex methodology. On hot days, the mono SI absorbs sunlight and converts light energy from the sun into electrical energy, which is DC. After that, the on-grid solar inverter converts DC to AC and then will be distributed by an electrical box or switchboard to be used for all electrical appliances in the building. At times, the net meter works by selling excess electricity generated by the mono SI to the utility suppliers such as TNB on a one-to-one basis. Meanwhile, at night or when there is no presence of rain, the transformer on the utility grid will step down the voltage and distributes the electricity to be used for the building. Next, this is where it gets engaging. In rainy weather, the rainwater flows down into the roof gutter via the mono SI and the roof. Then the rainwater will strictly be stored in the water tank, whether when it rains heavily or drizzles. After some time, the ultrasonic distance sensor will accurately detect the echo from the water surface when the collected rainwater reaches the highest level of the water tank. By doing so, the Arduino board will automatically receive data from the sensor and directly send a command to the servo motor blade to open up a path for the rainwater to be released forcibly. After that, the gravitational potential energy from the released rainwater will force the Jackson-Napier hydroelectric generator with high kinetic energy to generate AC. Lastly, the generated AC will be distributed by the electrical box or switchboard to all electrical appliances. The novelty of our HySo has four mechanisms. The first mechanism is HySo's water tank being a potential energy battery for the rainwater to be stored. The second mechanism, our HySo also utilizes the automation mechanism, which consists of Arduino, water level sensor, and a servo. Our third mechanism, HySo also optimizes the use of dual renewable energy sources such as solar and hydro as the hybrid system. And last but not least, our HySo can be commercialized on the equator and countries living adjacent to it.
Now, let's talk about our studied electricity production from HySo. In fact, HySo can produce more than a conventional solar panel because HySo alternatively uses solar energy and hydro to supply continuous electricity at all times. Theoretically, HySo can produce about 14.5 kilowatts in 5 hours of full sun per day and 3.5 kilowatts per day when it rains heavily. Now, how about our marketing potential?
As the marketing potential of this green project, we have agreed to focus on the equator countries, especially in their housing, greenhouses, machine factories, hostels, institutions, and schools, as well, since our HySo can supply continuous energy for the use of a building. Thus, this proves that our product will always be relevant in the present or the future.
In conclusion, HydroSolis will give out solutions to the overconsumption of non-renewable energy sources so that coal and fuel can be focused on large industries. In contrast, renewable energy can be focused on domestic usage. When many domestic buildings started to use HySo as their main electrical source, we will completely abolish the need for the main electricity sources for domestic daily usage over time.
For our future planning of HySo, the released rainwater from the water tank will also be directed into a water filter, hence to be pumped into different pipes for house usage. For example, we will use it for daily usage such as showering and watering the plants.